One of your works was by, in your syllabus, you have one of the works by M.C. Chagla. It's the visionary statement of a centenarian. It's about a jurist, V.K. Krishna Iyer. And because the document is not available anywhere on the earth in the internet, the only thing that I can think of doing is an introduction on MC Chagla as well as on VK Krishna Iyer. So today's lecture we will focus on MC Chagla. Who is he? What does he do? So that if a question comes, you can at least talk about the author and the subject on which the author writes about, VK Krishna Iyer. That we'll do in the next class. So MC Chagla. Muhammad Ali Karim Chagla was an Indian jurist, diplomat, and cabinet minister who served as Chief Minister of the Bombay High Court from 1947 to 1958. Born on 30th September 1900 in Bombay to a well-off Gujarati Ismaili Khoja family, Chagla suffered a lonely childhood owing to his mother's death in 1905. He was educated at St. Xavier's High School and College in Bombay, after which he went on to study modern history at Lincoln College, Oxford, from 1918 to 21, taking a BA in 1921 and MA in 1925. In 1922, he was admitted to the bar of the Bombay High Court, where he worked with such illuminaries as Sir Jamshedji Kanga and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, who would one day become the founder of Pakistan. Initially, like many nationalists, Chagla idealized Jinnah due to his then nationalistic views and held membership in the Muslim League. He worked under Jinnah in Bombay for 7 years, often, as he recounts in his autobiography, in a state of penury, poverty. However, he severed all ties to Jinnah after Jinnah began to work for the cause of a separate Muslim state. Chagla, along with others, then founded the Muslim Nationalist Party in Bombay, a party which was ignored and pushed aside in the independence struggle. He was appointed as a professor of law to Government Law College, Bombay in 1927, where he worked with Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. He was appointed as a judge to Bombay High Court in 1941, becoming Chief Justice in 1948 and serving in that capacity to 1958, 10 years. All through, he continued to write and speak strongly for the Indian freedom cause and against the communal two-nation ideology. In 1946, that is 2 years after he became the Chief Justice, before he became the Chief Justice, in 1946, Chagla was part of the first Indian delegation to the United Nations. From 4th October to 10th December 1956, Chagla served as acting governor of the then state of Bombay, later broken up into the states of Gujarat and Maharashtra. Following his tenure as Chief Justice, he served as the one-man commission that examined the Finance Minister of India, T.T. Krishnamachari, over the controversial Haridas Mundra LIC insurance scandal, which forced Krishnamachari's resignation as Finance Minister. From September 1957 to 1959, Chagla served as ad hoc judge to the International Court of Justice at The Hague. Now we move on to what MC Chagla did after retirement. After retirement, he served as Indian ambassador to the US from 1958 to 1961. Chagla then served as Indian High Commissioner in the United Kingdom from April 1962 to September 1963. Immediately on his return, he was asked to be a cabinet minister, which he accepted, and he served as education minister from 1963 to 1966. Then served as the Minister for External Affairs of India from November 1966 to September 1967, after which he left government service. He then spent the remaining years of his life actively continuing to practice law well into his 70s. He was also pretty critical of the Indian education system. As Minister of Education under Jawaharlal Nehru, Chagla was distraught by the quality of education in government schools. Our Constitution fathers did not intend that we just set up hovels, put students there, give untrained teachers, give them bad textbooks, no playground, and say we have complied with Article 45 and primary education is expanding. They meant that real education should be given to our children between the ages of 6 and 14. So in 1973, Chagla published his autobiography, Roses in December, with the help of his son Iqbal. He vehemently protested against the Indian emergency. He died on February 9, 1981, at the age of 81 of heart failures. So if a question comes on MC Chagla, you will be writing all about him, his career as an Indian jurist, his life, then about what he did, all the positions that he held post his retirement as an Indian jurist, and that he served for a very long time. And he published his autobiography, Roses in December. He vehemently protested against the Indian emergency and finally died in so and so year. So this will give you a good length to your answer. And then in the next video lecture, we will talk about V.K. Krishna Iyer, about whom MC Chagla has written an essay, Centenary of a statesman, Centenary of a Statesman. So even if we do not have the text, a background of the author and a background of V.K. Krishna Iyer will suffice you to say what are the facts of the story. How he presents V.K. Krishna Iyer to you will be a different literary write-up altogether. But because we have no access to it, it's nowhere available on the internet. If somebody does have a copy to it, you may distribute it amongst your classmates who can have a read at it. However, for the chapter, only a brief biography of MC Chagla as well as V.K. Krishna Iyer would completely suffice, and it would not be of, it would not call for, it's nothing less than studying the text in itself. So about MC Chagla, you now know that you have to first mention his full name and what all kind of positions he held. He was a jurist, he was a diplomat, he was a cabinet minister, and he was the Chief Justice of the Bombay High Court for a good about decade, which is of primary importance. You have to mention briefly about his early life and his career. When was he born, and his affiliation to Jinnah will be of primary importance in your answer, and that he broke away from Muhammad Ali Jinnah post Muhammad Ali Jinnah started working for a separate nation ideology, and that he worked under Jinnah and his nationalist ideologies even under penury. Penury is under poverty. Make a mention of the fact that he worked both he studied both in India and he studied from Oxford, and his ideas were quite modern in their uptake. And Chagla was a very, you can talk about some of MC Chagla's famous decisions made by him and so on and so forth. And so make a brief biography of the same and mention it and write about it, and so on and so forth. So keep at it. In the next lecture, we will do a brief biography of V.K. Krishna Iyer, and you will find out why he was such a statesman to firstly have a mention in an essay, and also look up some of important judgments by N.C. Chagla.